So, my name is Janet Ayala, and I come from a criminal investigations background. I'm a licensed physical fitness specialist, which is also known as a PFS. And when my husband and I moved to South Texas about 4.5 years ago, I realized that I needed to refocus on my health. I sat years behind a desk working cases, carrying emotional weight of the job that had really caught up with me after all these years. And so my way of coping was to push through with food and not bring it home. So that was my reality. And what my reality showed me was it was showing up in my health. So over the years, I gained a lot of weight, became very unhealthy. And the truth is, I knew what to do. I just didn't have the right environment and the people to do it with at the time. So that's when I found this incredible space in the health and wellness industry, and it's completely changed my life, you guys. I have lost 110 pounds, and I did it by going back to the fundamentals, being intentional about what I was putting into my body, along with the right supplementation. I don't share that to impress you. Sorry, I can't even speak. But I do share it to impress upon you that our health is the what is really important here because not everybody needs to lose 110 pounds, but every single one of us need to be very healthy. So in that, we're going to start. Let me share my screen and tell you. We'll just start the show, get the show on the road. Uh-oh. Hmm, there it goes. Okay. I didn't know what was happening. So for those of you who want to know who we are Marketplace Global. And we all call that, everybody here calls it MPG. So that is a fun little saying. What do you do? I'm with MPG. It's super fun. So, uh-oh, where's my little clicker over? What's happening? All right, hold the phone, people. Let's try it again. I don't know what's going on with this thing. There we go. There it is. Got it back. Okay, so Marketplace Global has been in manufacturing facility for 20 plus years. We have done wellness products at a high quality. We have trusted leadership in our owners, our leaders. They lead with a community and wellness that is untouched, unmatched. I have never been a part of something so incredible. We have an exclusive product line, and it is only available through Marketplace Global. So our wellness products do come with an opportunity that we can talk about in just a few minutes. So we got to stop masking the symptoms and putting that Band-Aid on the symptoms that we have, and we need to start going to the root cause of the problem. That is where things will change for us. So nearly 3 in 4 adults, they're overweight. Y'all, America is the most obese country in the world. We are winning, okay? We don't want to be winning in this category at all. Over 75% of Americans experience high stress. Stress is horrible for our body, you guys. We report poor sleep. That is huge. It's over about 70 million adults. Fatigue, hormone imbalance, inflammation, digestive issues. I can find anybody on any street corner that has a digestive issue. Let's just be real. From people with eczema, we all know that's a gut issue, to people with acid reflux. They're everywhere. So the medications they keep stacking up, but the root causes are being ignored. We're putting that Band-Aid on there, and we don't need to be. So we're affordable, we're effective, and my favorite part, we are super simple. So we have these products, and here are just a few that we do have, and we won't be addressing all of them tonight, but we're going to be addressing at least 4 that really get to the root cause and no longer mask that symptom. The very first one we're going to talk about is my absolute favorite. This one is the Hero product. We are going to activate the vagus nerve by using a product product that is called PHIX, and it is called MHE3, matured hop extract. Now, I don't want anybody going and Googling hops because you are not going to find the exact information that you need. We are two separate things, okay? MHE3 is not your hops, so don't Google that. So, what it does is it goes into our vagus nerve. Our vagus nerve is the longest running nerve in our body. Now, this has little fingers that go out from our brain all the way through our chest cavity and into our gut, and it goes out and it has these arms and it touches 1,100 receptors of the body. It literally touches every major organ in our body. What does that tell you? That tells you our vagus nerve is the power switch to our body. Okay. So, what we're going to do is this goes out, and if everybody just kind of think of this for a minute, if you have a strand of Christmas tree lights, and one of those bulbs is loose, what does it do to the rest of the strand? It either dims the light or it turns them all off and none of them work. So what happens is we that drops go out, the vagus nerve is stimulated, and it activates going to that root cause problem, and it finds that bulb that's loose, and it allows your body to turn it back on, and then all the lights come on. And then it's like shining bright and all the things. That is really a cool thing, y'all. Really a cool thing. So what happens when that string of lights comes on is that activated that vagus nerve to the root cause, allowed your body to fix the root cause problem all by itself. The drops did not fix it. It's the tool that allowed your body to fix it. Okay. So that is what is the beauty of this product. It literally will take your body out of a sympathetic state, which is fight and flight, and it puts it in a parasympathetic state, which is rest and digest. We all know, as you can see here on this list, better sleep is one of them. Better sleep is when our body heals itself. Okay. And we need that sleep. It is so important to get into that REM stage of sleep. But you can also see on here, it burns visceral fat. It burns visceral fat. And everybody, I don't care who you are, there's somebody here that has visceral fat. I'm included. Okay. I got a lot of visceral fat. Let's just be real. That is the most dangerous fat we can carry. We do not want this kind of fat on our body. It literally can squeeze your organs to death. And that is not a joke. It's not funny. It's serious business. And we really need to pay attention to burning that visceral fat. So these are just some of the things. I mean, it touches 1,100 functions or receptors of the body. Okay. And of course, your hair, skin, and nails. Hormones, you're going to hear a little bit about that in just a minute. It calms the nervous system. You guys, I have dealt with anxiety for a long time, and just that stress mode 24/7, and it literally has changed my life totally. But we're going to move on to some other products that pair very, very well with our PHIX drops. And the first one being our nootropic coffee, one of my other faves. It is a slim core Java, and this is a weight control coffee. It gives good, clean energy. If you've never had a nootropic coffee, they're really good. They're clean. You can taste the cleanliness of the green bean caffeine, and it is amazing coffee. So it's Italian blend. It's delicious. Okay, the next one is our Proactive Greens. Now, my mouth is already watering because I cannot even stand to think about a taste of the greens. If anybody has ever ordered greens and tasted them, they're chalky, they're disgusting. They leave this horrible aftertaste and they're just nasty. For some reason, we have found the magic because these do not taste bad at all. I actually enjoy them. I can drink them in a straight bottle of water or put them in a protein shake. These are 40 plus superfoods that I would have never made outside of drinking these. I would never get them into my body because I'm not a greens gal. So this right here changes the world. It is passion punch taste. And it dissolves easy. There's no chalkiness. There's no nut. It's delicious. Okay. The last one on this page is the sugar and carb chaperone. Now, let me tell you, Emulin 5 is one of my all-time favorite products that I will not go a day without, along with my PHIX drops. and I guess my Java coffee. Um, I'll just keep going. But that one is something that's very special to me because I am a type 2 diabetic. And what this does, it breaks down the carbs in the body out of the foods that you intake, and it literally allows your body to break them down to where the bad sugar doesn't stick around. It gets rid of that and keeps what the body actually needs. So this is huge for blood sugar regulation, for breaking down carbs. So if you want to lose some inches, you want to lose some pounds, along with the fixed drops, these three are your besties, okay? All right, we are real people with real results. And as you can see on this page, the things that people talk about the most, there's better focus, more energy, hormones balancing out, the quality of sleep we've been talking about, the blood sugar stabilization, the blood pressure, sleeping better. The pain is gone in some people. You guys, this is crazy good. This is crazy good. Like these are things that we hear frequently. More focus, decrease stress. This is good stuff right here. Okay, this is another fearless leader of ours, and she actually used an exclusive app that we use to do a body scan. And you can see from May to June and then June to July the difference of body composition here. This is absolutely crazy good, y'all. Crazy, crazy good. So she's amazing, first of all, but she has done some amazing things just with taking the fixed drops and Imulin 5, I believe. She one of her top products as well. So I'm going to stop this share really quick because I want some folks to come on and jump in and share a little bit. So if Teresa Loudermilk, if you would unmute, I have invited them on to share a little bit about how Fix is helping them.
Hey Janet, hey everyone. Thank you for letting me come on. I am Teresa and I am so excited to be able to share my story. I will keep it short because if you will saw the list of those people and the things that they had recognized that they had seen improvement with, sleep was probably on every single list. And that's the one that I noticed immediately. I wear a Fitbit and I have wore a Fitbit for at least 15 years because I love numbers. I love to track everything that's going on in my body. And sleep has always been one of those things that I never got enough of. And about 4 years ago, I decided, okay, enough's enough. My body needs sleep. I knew my body wasn't recovering well. And so I took it to the next step and I started getting more sleep. But I still woke up very tired. When I started the drops, I noticed immediately when I woke up in the morning, I was ready to go. And then I started looking at my Fitbit data, and it slowly showed an increase month after month after month. And I've been on it now for over 6 months. And I went from an average of 45 minutes of deep sleep to up to an hour and 15 minutes, guys. That's 30 extra minutes. And that may not sound like a lot to you, but if you will, deep sleep is where your body restores itself, it's where it recovers, that your body needs that. And the more you can get, the better you're going to be. And that's what I've observed. And like I say, every month it's better and better and better. So I'm excited about that. The other thing that you didn't probably see on the list that I didn't even, I mean, it wasn't on my radar, but a couple of months ago in December, I noticed that I'm blind. I'm nearsighted and farsighted. I wear glasses. Sometimes I wear contacts. And I noticed that my eyes had gotten weak and I needed to go and get my eyes examined. It was time. It'd probably been well over time. And showed up, got my eyes examined, and the doctor was like, wow, Teresa, your eyes have actually improved. Improved, guys. I've wore glasses since I was 8 years old. I've never been to the eye doctor and they told me that my eyes had improved. One eye was 75 units, the other was 50. They said that's remarkable. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. And I knew exactly what I was doing. I was taking the fix. And so that is just something, and when I recognized it and I started talking about it, other people started saying, you know what? Mine are too. Mine are too. And so it is a thing. It's something that many of us have examined and are just excited about because, it says our body, it allows our bodies to heal within. And so that's all I'm going to share today. I have a list, but I think those two things are just absolutely amazing. So there you go, Janet. Thank you.
Thank you, Teresa. I appreciate it so much. The eye thing is amazing. So I appreciate you so much. Jen, will you jump on here with us, please, and give a little bit of your testimony of how Fix is helping you?
Absolutely. Teresa, I'm so glad that you talked about that because I've noticed that my reading glasses just don't seem to be working like they should. So I think I need to make myself an eye appointment too. I am Jennifer. I am 52 years old. And honestly, if you had told me uh, years ago that menopause would have become the chapter that changed my health story, I probably would have just laughed because I remember longing for menopause to come so that I could no longer have to deal with periods. Yeah, menopause hit and it was not at all empowering. Um, and instead, it just felt like my whole body just turned against me. I was dealing with mood swings that just they didn't feel like me. There was a lot of food noise, inflammation, poor sleep, night sweats and hot flashes, and just this constant feeling of being wired but exhausted at the same time. And what really made this hard for me was that I've always been somebody who's really taken good care of myself. And so when my body started reacting this way, I kept thinking, what am I doing wrong? What more can I do to feel better that I'm not already doing? But the truth of the matter was it wasn't discipline. It was just my nervous system was out of whack. So for a number of years, I've been on anxiety medication, just trying to keep everything manageable. And it really did help me to survive the season. But underneath it all, I was still living in survival mode. And so when I started learning about the gut-brain connection and a little bit more about the vagus nerve and just how important it is, I felt like that might be the breakthrough. And so with these drops, I began supporting my nervous system, and instead of managing symptoms, everything just shifted for me. My mood stabilized, almost like somebody came along and just put their hands on my shoulders and just said, breathe. The food noise quieted. I wasn't having the cravings and that I was having, and I wasn't, constantly feeling hungry. Inflammation started to decrease. And I didn't even realize that I had inflammation until I just was looking at pictures of myself and just realizing, wow, look at the change just in the shape of my face and just how different it's become over time. The hot flashes and the night sweats are a thing of the past. My sleep is as good as it was before I had children. I mean, it's that good. I mean, 7 hours straight easily. My energy level has me sometimes thinking that I'm in my 30s. And like I said, I'm 52. My body just feels like it can breathe again. And
That's
honestly, the wild part is after 13 years, I am no longer on the anxiety medication that I had been on to help me get through. And to me, that is probably the greatest win of all. Truly, with these drops, I no longer feel broken. My body and my mind are in alignment again, and that's why I am so passionate about sharing this with so many people because I know what it's done for me, and I would just love people to be able to have that same experience too.
It's so great, Jen. I appreciate you sharing that because being vulnerable sometimes is really hard, and I really appreciate you coming on because that's so important. So many other people deal with what you have experienced, and they needed to hear that. So I appreciate you so much. All right, last one I want to hear from is Miss Robin. If you can jump on and unmute and just take a couple of minutes, if you will, and tell us how what you and your daughter are experiencing.
Yeah, hi guys. So I'm Robin from Alberta, Canada. Probably, I'm not sure if I'm the only Canadian here, but welcome to anyone else that is. I was actually introduced to the drops about 4 months ago from my friend Patty, who's on the call as well tonight. And honestly, I wasn't looking for something. I wasn't looking for a product. I wasn't looking for a business. I was already doing something that I was really happy with. I knew nothing about the vagus nerve whatsoever. So I'm literally taking notes as you guys are talking about it right now because I'm just like, wow, I just want to soak it up. What I had happen was Patty reached out to me and just said, I want you to have an open mind and open heart. And I just really feel like this is something you need to look at for yourself and for your daughter on a financial level and a much other deeper level. And I was like, okay, well, I will listen for you. So she got me on a call with this another guy named Mark, who I did not know as well. And he got me on a call with this lady named Allison, who some of you guys may know. And what I had found was she was like explaining to me a little bit about the PHIX drops. And what intrigued me the most was it was odorless and tasteless. Now, I have a daughter who is ADHD and she has dysregulated mood disorder, and she's 11 years old. And it makes me a little emotional, so I'm going to try not to cry here. But she won't take anything. She won't take medication. She won't even take a simple like gummy vitamin. So I was like, okay, I'm intrigued for my daughter. Maybe not for myself right at this point, but I'd love to just try it out for her and let's see how this goes. So to this day, I'm sitting in my bedroom right now because I don't want her to hear me because she still doesn't know she's on these drops, but her life has completely changed. I had to take her out of school for the past year due to her behavioral issues. She's back in school. She's in a new school. She's absolutely thriving. I have not had one phone call from the school that she's had an issue. She's making friends. This is so huge to me. She's literally had sleepovers that have been super successful, and she's not on any medication. And she still doesn't know that she's taking these drops, you guys. So it's not even a placebo effect here. This is people are reaching out to me and they're like, I've noticed a different. What is this? So I've now decided that this is where my mission is. I've now decided I'm going to try the drops for myself. I just started them the other day, and I think that this is what I'm supposed to do is go and share because there's so many kids out there that are struggling with these, even adults with these neurodivergencies, and a lot of them don't want to be on medications, and like myself. So this is my mission now is to share this story. So thank you for letting me share.
That is
And
so
thank you, Patty.
great. Thank you very much, Robin, for sharing with us. We really appreciate it. And one day your daughter will thank you tremendously for secretively putting him in her drink. Well, we're going to move right along, and I'm going to introduce you guys to someone who is very special here at MPG. She is a mother of nine, and I did say nine, y'all, nine. She is a critical care nurse by trade, and she practices holistically now. So that should all tell us something. I'm just saying. She has turned her knowledge into sorry about that. It turned her knowledge into an entrepreneurship that is crazy good. She has a ministry that she does on the side of this MPG business that is incredible. And she is just a major player in this leader pack that we have here. She's amazing. She is my friend, and she is my co-host tonight, Miss Rose Parma. Please join us, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Janet. Okay, you guys, this is blowing my mind. Jennifer, Teresa, Robin, your testimonials are absolutely phenomenal. And I'm going to tell you, there are people that are having results beyond imagination. So, you guys, thank you for being on tonight. Janet, thank you for allowing me to join you with this. I do want to talk a little bit about what the statistics were that Janet was sharing earlier. Over 75% of adults are actively trying to improve their health. Okay, that is a big number. And we're going to talk about that. And why does that matter for you on the line? Well, I want you who is listening to this to actually think about the things that were said. These drops that we're talking about, I like to call them miracle drops because people are literally receiving miracles from them. Are you exhausted? Are you someone who is stressed out? Maybe you're someone who struggles, like Jennifer was saying. Maybe you are someone who struggles with hormonal imbalance because it's a real thing. Okay. Are you full of inflammation, overweight, burnt out? Maybe you struggle with feeling like you can't focus or feeling like you have anxious feelings. Okay. Now, this is to say we're not here to treat, cure, or diagnose anything, we're here to share our stories. But I want you guys to actually start to think about this. And as a matter of fact, take a moment to drop in the chat. What is it that you struggle with? What is speaking to you tonight about the things that were said that these drops can actually help with? Okay. And as you're thinking about that, I'm going to share a little story with you. I'm actually going to stop share for a second because I want you guys to actually see my face when I talk about this. Janet said that I'm a mom of 9. Years ago, when I was at mom of 5, okay, I was working in the hospital, actually working in the ER. We were overstaffed, or we were understaffed. We had so many patients that we were out of ratio illegally, and I didn't have a choice. People were coming in. I needed to start IVs. We had a code in the code room. We had people, we were prepping for surgery. All sorts of things were happening, and there was no choice but to take care of the patients. I was exhausted. I wanted to be at home with my baby. I just had baby number 5 at this time. She was 3.5 months old. Maternity leave was done. And I remember that I just truly needed to take a break to actually go pump so that I could provide for my baby who was at home with my husband. P.S. I was working night shift. My husband is a critical care nurse. He was working day shift. I was working night so that we can try to manage this for our children. This is not the life that we actually dreamed it would be. Okay. We were climbing our way to the top, literally making amazing money on the West Coast of the United States, literally top wages as nurses, but we were still not living the dream that we desired. And I wasn't able to take a break to go pump for my baby because there was no one else to take care of my patients. So I had to pull the card that if you don't, I'm going to have to report this because I know that like my health is important. My baby's health is important. Yes, I want to take care of everybody, but we need to make sure that we're thinking of ourselves as well, right? And I'm sharing this with you because I want you to start to think about your story, what you're currently living, and is it really what you desire your life to be? I'll tell you right now, in that little closet that I had to sit in to pump, I FaceTimed my husband. I'll never, ever forget this moment. I FaceTime my husband and I'm looking at my baby who is crying on FaceTime. And I am literally devastated. And I looked at my husband and I said, this is not what I signed up for. This is not what I desired when I said I was going to have all these babies and I wanted to be a nurse, right? Yes, I love being a nurse, but I also love my children. And I love being able to have the flexibility to be home and not being a slave to the hospital, so to speak. So at this point, I made the decision. I looked at my husband on that FaceTime and I looked at my crying baby and I said, I'm going to figure out how to make money from home. And that is what started this journey. Okay. So I was extremely passionate. It's sometimes when our back is up against the wall is when we start to see things from a different light. So the truth is, many people are exhausted, stressed out, full of inflammation, overweight, and burnt out. Okay. It's the truth. So what we have our hands on is we have a product that people are having amazing results with. It's simple, it's effective, and it's affordable. And if we simply share it with other people, like Robin was saying, what do I have to do? Well, my daughter's having great results. Robin said, so I think I need to be sharing it with other people. Absolutely. And that's how simple this model is. It actually pays to share. Okay. Well, people are looking for solutions for their health. They're also looking for flexible ways to create additional income. That's where I was as a critical care nurse, making all the money I could make at the hospital. I could pick up overtime shifts anytime I wanted, but it didn't change the fact that I wanted that flexibility to be with my family. And I want you to hear me when I say this, that people you know in your circle of friends, in your circle of family are actually looking for solutions like I was. Okay. MPG has premium wellness products. We have, Janet was talking about this. We have the best of the best products. And a lot of the products that we have are extremely exclusive to MPG, which is phenomenal for anybody who is actually looking for ways to make additional income. Okay, because they can't go to Amazon to get our products. They can't go to a other natural health food store to get our products. You have to come through someone like me, someone like Janet, someone like Jennifer, Teresa, or Robin, who are actually sharing just with an underground kind of network marketing, so to speak, way of sharing with people. This is literally one of my favorite ways because of the fact that we can talk about here's real results. You know, if anybody here shops on Amazon, if you're someone who reads the reviews, I'm a person that reads the reviews like crazy. Well, we have an entire group full of reviews. Literally, it's called Drop It Like It's Hot. And anyone who's invited you here can actually add you to that group of reviews. And your people can literally get lost in reading all these amazing stories. And as they're doing that, they're actually getting third party validation instantly and getting their questions answered on what these drops can help with or what some of the other products can help with. It's a very fun and simple way for us to be sharing products. Okay. Why it works. The simplicity of it is great. Again, simple, effective, affordable products that actually work. People are actually having great results. People are tired of trying things that don't work. Okay. We're here to get to the root cause. We're not here to mask symptoms. That's why this is such an amazing opportunity. The other thing that's great that Janet also touched on a little bit earlier is the training, the leadership, the support in the community that we have. You guys, it's actually unmatched. It's really phenomenal to know that we have a group of leadership that actually wants to pour into us to teach us the ways to actually be successful. And I know some of you on this line may be like, you know what? I've tried those kind of things in the past, but you haven't tried this yet. And I'm going to tell you that because I myself have seen people win who have tried several different business avenues before, side gigs, or whatever you choose to call it before, that actually didn't have good results. And they're coming here. And because of all these things that I listed, they're actually having success. Okay. So I'm going to share with you another little fun thing that we have going on here at MPG. And it's actually also exclusive to MPG. As someone who chooses to share our products as what we call an ISR, which stands for Independent Sales Rep, if you choose to share the products and you're active, meaning that you just order at least 50 points or one bottle of drops a month, you are considered active. You get access to the exclusive perks of our travel here at MPG. This is actually a really cool thing because of the fact that you get discounts on hotels, resorts, cruises, Airbnbs, car rentals. There's global options, you guys. This is actually really fun because not only do we focus on, yes, you can make additional income by sharing phenomenal products, but we also want to talk about what does freedom really look like. You could literally be on the beach sharing the products with people from your phone and getting discounts to stay on the beach, to stay at a hotel or a resort that is right there. Okay. This is actually something that's super exciting. As a mom of 9, it cost me $1 million to travel anywhere. Okay. With my family, these perks right here are something I'm super, super excited about. And we keep it super simple here on how to get started. So you have 2 ways, okay? You heard how amazing the products are. That's a check. That's already done. People are having results. They work. That's a check. They're affordable. That's a check. How do you get your hands on it? Well, if you're listening to this and you're like, yeah, I am really interested in getting my health in order. Or maybe you feel like you are healthy, but instead of just having just health generally, you want longevity. You want your health to be sustainable. Maybe it's for your children. Maybe you are thinking about your mom, your best friend, your sister, someone that has sleep issues, mood issues. Don't call them out. Okay. Maybe you're someone who, like Robin, her daughter, you're thinking of your child. Okay. Start thinking outside of you for a moment and ask yourself who is someone that you know in your circle that can benefit from all the things that we just shared. Okay. If you're thinking beyond yourself, then you actually could start with a wellness pack that is like buy two, get one free. But if you can't think of anyone else and you're just thinking of like, you know what, I actually want to get healthy myself or I want to stay healthy, then you can simply be a customer and pay full price. But if you're like me, if you're like Janet, Jennifer, Teresa, or Robin, who shared earlier, you're actually thinking bigger picture here. Okay, bigger picture. And I don't know about you, but I'm always for a deal. So I love this sound of buy two, get one free. So we're going to talk about what that looks like. When you look on the screen here, there's two different options that you can get started with. There is the one on the left that is the buy two, get one free. You see those little square packets on the side of those? Those are actually what we call single serving to go packets. They're the same exact product, but just actual single servings. I put them in my diaper bag because all my children are on the drops. My husband is on the drops, and so is my dog. Okay. We have a very chill household, even with 9 people. Okay. We are in happy moods. My hot flashes are no longer a thing. And when mama is happy, the household is happy. Okay. So the bundle is a no-brainer for me. Okay. That is option A on the left-hand side. There's option B on the right-hand side, which has our jiggly fat burner drink, which is called Fit. If you're someone who you're like, you know what, I would actually like to burn some of this extra jiggle that I have going on in my body, then you may want to start with that option. It comes with 2 bottles of drops, the single serving plus the jiggly fat burner. Okay, there's 2 options. We keep it super simple here because we don't want people to get overwhelmed with all the decisions to make. The bottom line is we have products that are amazing. They work, simple, effective, affordable. People are having great results, and we just simply get to share them. That's really what the basis of this is. And I want to tell you that it is an honor to share all of this with you. I want to see you guys getting healthy, staying healthy, and sharing that message with other people. Because once you hear the things that we just talked about, you can't turn your eye from it. You're going to hear someone that is stressed out and overwhelmed, not sleeping well. Maybe their children are having things going on in their lives, like what Robin was sharing. Now that you've heard this, you can't turn your ear or your eye from it. You've heard it, so now it's in your court to actually share it. So what we want to do is invite you to get back to the person that invited you here tonight. And let's all get healthy. And if you're up for business, let's get wealthy together. God bless you guys. Have a great night.